Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Zen.
And I'm Lavon.
And this is
Let's Talk.
This evening, we would like to welcome on our show a dear friend of mine, well, actually a friend of ours.
Oh, a friend of ours. I'm just happy to have her here with us.
She's CEO and founder of the foundation InfoBiz. Welcome, Ife Badejo.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, yes.
Well, actually, we were excited as well since last week, and we're going to have Ife on the show.
She was probably excited about 2 weeks ago. She doesn't want to be honest. But we're so happy to have you,
Yes.
really,
Thank
to
you
bring
so
us
much for having me.
information about this great
Yes.
foundation, InfoBiz.
Yes.
And we were just talking before taping, and it sounds like you have such wonderful ideas in the pipeline for this year.
Yeah.
So we want to hear about it. Tell us about InfoBiz.
Yes.
Well, InfoBiz is a nonprofit organization. It's a foundation that I started years ago, but shortly after I started it, I left the island for tertiary education purposes. And so I was away for almost a decade.
Oh, don't worry, I was there too.
Way too long.
Yeah.
And then I got back last year, and one of the first things I did was I sunk my hands right into it, and I got busy with it.
Really nice.
So I wanted to do something as a project, and that didn't pan out. Something else was born, the Power Hour, which is the networking event that I do for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial professionals. That has grown to impact and affect close to 200 entrepreneurs in less than a year. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
And then I just decided, okay, things were just starting to roll, and I couldn't leave. So I went to Holland to pack up everything and come back.
I think it's really nice. For those of you who really do not know Ife, I mean, tell us something about yourself.
Yes.
We know a lot, but for those of you who do not know who Ife Badejo is, just give us a little bit of information about yourself.
How much time do we have?
We have some time now. We'll come back to InfoBiz.
I am born and raised on St. Martin. I was born and raised on St. Martin, on the beautiful island of St. Martin. I had an awesome time being here.
Yeah.
I went to the University of St. Martin and got my associate's degree there.
Wow.
So I am an alum of the University of St. Martin.
Business administration or what?
General liberal arts, but I did have a minor in business.
Yes.
I am the daughter of Fabian Badejo, who is known to be in culture and in the media and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I am also the daughter of Dr. Rondis Linda Richardson, who was former head of education, former minister of education, and now on the
S4
electoral.
also, right?
S4.
That's why I know her from.
Yeah, and now she's on the electoral council.
So now we know where she gets the drive from.
Exactly.
That's the drive.
Linda.
I know.
Fabian.
And now I grew up singing and being involved in different cultural activities. I represented St. Martin in international pageants and stuff of that nature.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
And I have always had a keen eye for business, but really a keen eye to help people go to the next level. And that's what I've always been involved in. Anybody that knows me knows that that's kind of what I would be doing on some level.
Right.
So
we were talking a little bit before the show, as Lavon was mentioning it. You told me, I thought it was a very cute story when you were 9 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
Something with your brother. Share your story.
Yeah.
My father was the editor-in-chief of The Guardian, which was before the times of the Today and in
the Herald.
And the Herald. And so as a child, we were very much involved. And my parents always wanted to instill a good work ethic in us. So my mom was like, okay, we're going to work this summer, and you're going to earn every dollar, and then we might see what we will do at the end of the summer, since at that time we didn't have the funds to go away.
Correct.
And I used to sing back then, and I didn't want to be out in the road in the sun selling newspapers. I had a little bit of an attitude. And so I gave my brother my newspapers to sell and paid him a commission. And so I hung out in my mom's office in the airco and watched him and see if he was on the road selling my newspapers. And I had like chilling out in the air conditioning.
Right. But the story gets better.
Yes, it does, because what happened was my brother made almost double the amount that I made because he sold his papers and my papers. So even though I got paid for literally doing nothing, which is not necessarily the kind of work ethic I want to put out there.
No, exactly.
But I did make a lot less money than my younger brother. Who
moral of the story here is, Isha?
the moral of the story is, if you're going to try and come out of something, do it smart.
Do it smart.
Y'all heard that, right?
Exactly.
I didn't do it that smart that time.
Yes.
In fact, I even had to borrow money from my brother. It was terrible. It was a bad business
And he
decision.
gave it to you.
With interest.
Good job, Femi.
Yes. My brother has always been very business savvy.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Nice.
What are your plans really with InfoBiz? I really love your ideas, and what are your planning with your foundation at the moment?
The mission of the foundation is to develop successful entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And I finally got it down in 3 words: develop successful entrepreneurs. But that means that our mission is huge, and that there is a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've started and is now our signature event is the Power Hour, as I mentioned before. And it's a networking event that is different from other networking events because we bring in successful entrepreneurial leaders to give tips and gain insight to help people to find out really how it really goes. You know what I mean? Some people have a theoretical idea of what entrepreneurship is.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like hearing it from somebody who's gone there before you to help steer you in the right direction. So, and we have a lot of fun. I do a lot of the networking activities. I have people saying a 90-second sales pitch on who they are and what they're about, things of that nature that throws people off. But it's fun to see and kind of engage with. One of the things that is coming up very soon is the Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Which is?
Which is a huge international movement started by the Global Economic Council as well as the Kauffman Foundation, supported by the UN, to have an international awareness. It is the largest celebration of entrepreneurship on the planet. It's over 140 different countries.
Yeah.
Nice.
And last year, St. Martin was in the midst because that's where we launched the Power Hour.
Wow.
And now we're doing the Power Hour again in that week. And we're still looking at doing a 3-day business boot camp.
Wow.
So we're looking at the possibility. I can't say for sure if it will happen.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, during that week, we are working towards having international and local experts come together and just help stimulate entrepreneurship, help people start their businesses, inspire them and empower them. And so that is what we're busy with the foundation part of it. And coming up soon, we really want that, more than anything than starting a business, what's really important for us is that people think within an entrepreneurial mindset.
Yes, to get them to that level of thinking.
But can you then maybe explain a bit also to us, what is entrepreneurship? What does it entail?
Perfect. The best definition that I have come across was from Mr. Howard Stevens from the Harvard, a professor. And his definition is maximizing your opportunities, utilizing limited resources.
Okay.
So if you have limited time, limited money, limited knowledge, which all of us have,
Exactly.
and you maximize the opportunities or you pursue opportunities with those limited resources, you are entrepreneurial in that moment. So the person that starts a foundation is an entrepreneur as well.
Okay.
The mother that does a side gig selling cakes to take care of her kids, she's an entrepreneur in that moment as well.
Yes.
So it's a very broad definition, but that's what I love about it.
Yeah, because the thing is really how, for example, I have, like I was just telling you before we started, I'm seeing that in my 11-year-old. This summer in Anguilla, we decided we're not going anywhere. We're going to go to Anguilla and we're going to spend the summer there with my husband's parents. And my oldest daughter decided she's going to go to, her cousins were down from England, and she was going to go on the road and they're going to sell knips.
Yes.
And we're like,
Cute.
where you going, you know, selling kidneps. And my goodness me.
She made money, right?
They made money. They
love
sold
it.
all the kidneps and asked us, can we go pick some more kidneps? Can we go pick some more? Because they got
See how
money.
it motivates?
I'm serious. And then this weekend, she's actually going to be selling cupcakes at her school to raise money for a playground.
Nice.
And so we just came from the supermarket. We went and we bought all the ingredients, everything
Nice.
for the cupcakes.
Nice.
And she's ready. So I'm already seeing that. Now, how do I, as a parent, instill this business sense or continue or build on what this talent that she has? You know, what else can I do as a parent?
Well, you
That-
got some baking to do now.
I
don't
know.
you?
Oh my God. She and her grandma.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would say is, for example, look at the small stuff. How much did it cost to pick the kidney?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nada.
Okay?
Nada.
So, and how much did you earn? And if you earn this amount and you minus the zero
Right.
from the cost,
It's all profit.
that is 100% profit,
Correct.
Right.
right?
Okay.
So there you can teach her those kinds of basics. Okay, so what are you going to do with this money that you've earned? Do you have a
Yes.
budget?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you going to give 10% to a charity function? Or do you need school supplies? That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
What is she's going to sell this weekend coming
This
up?
weekend, cupcakes.
How much money did you make? And in the big scheme of things, how much did it contribute?
Yes. Yes.
So things like that are really good ways of allowing her to explore that.
Yes.
And cultivate her creativity. Continuously have her think about more things to do.
Okay.
So then basically, if there's no age attached to this entrepreneurship,
Absolutely not.
so
You can start as young as possible. We were talking about the 8-year-old.
Yeah, tell us that story about the 8-year-old that.
When I got certified as an entrepreneurship trainer, I went to Miami for a few days for the certification program. And I had an 8-year-old at the end of it. There was this 8-year-old that came in a suit with two young ladies who were 7 and 6, I believe, at the time, in their candy stripes.
oh gosh, the cute.
And they came in and they shook everybody's hand. He introduced himself. He had his speech laid out. He showed a video that his parents helped him to edit and create.
Well prepared.
Well prepared. He knew exactly how much the lemon stand that he was going to cost.
wow.
Right.
He knew where it was going to be. He knew why it would outdo all of his other competitors.
Yes.
Right.
And he was seeking $1,000 to start his lemon stand
That's
company.
$1,000. Wow.
$1,000 to start his
Wow.
lemon stand.
To start his
Wow.
lemon
It
stand
takes
company.
guts, sir.
Wow.
It takes complete guts. Now, in that
Wow.
moment, he needed the communication skills to be able to speak.
Right.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
needed confidence in order to be able to convince us,
Okay.
right? So he also needed to be able to convince other people, his team, to come on board to stand in front of us and do the whole sales pitch. He needed to know his numbers, so he needed mathematics. The, entrepreneurship is such a powerful tool to hit on all the different aspects
Yes,
of life
yes.
because it was a perfect moment where he was being able to develop himself at the tender age of 8, doing something that he was very passionate about
Yes.
and being very motivated because he's making some money and he
Wow.
could
Yeah.
buy his little candies
Yes.
and whatever else
yes.
he wanted to.
Yeah.
But if what I'm curious about, right? You had your experience abroad.
Yes.
And you came back here, and you also went to, and I know that to the different schools,
Yes.
etc. Spoke with a lot of teenagers. Do you see capacity in them, capability,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
St. Martin, what is core to St. Martin's culture is entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I think that what has happened is we've forgotten that some kind of how. But the reason why we have over 115 nationalities is because they know how to make $1 here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason why that is because we allow them to. We have that culture here. We don't mind.
No.
Right.
Also, when I was growing up, everybody was doing 2 or 3 jobs on the side to build their house, to
Yeah.
buy their car.
Yes, yes.
There were the partner hands, which was, being
Right.
able to
Yeah.
get money at the end of the month by joining your money
I think
with
they
someone
still do
else.
that. I
And,
still
Yeah,
we're,
they
do.
still
and
do
we're
it.
still doing it as a
Right.
people.
Yes.
We're still
network marketing companies come to St.
networking,
Martin
yeah.
all the time. I mean, we are entrepreneurial by our very nature. And what it is that I'm doing with InfoBiz is not just reminding us of that, but also to help cultivate that in a way that it can really take them to the next level, because people bail out because they get burnt out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
they
that
lose
is- that is
hope.
so
Yeah.
true.
They lose hope very
Yeah,
quickly, because you
yeah.
should understand that once you're in this, there are
Demotivated,
times
yeah.
you're going to have
Yeah.
really high moments
Yeah.
and really low moments,
Yeah.
and what to do in the low moments. You
Yeah.
know, I just admire a student that I know quite well, and she's already making her bows for St. Martin Day and selling them to her friends for $2 a piece.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, like
Right,
awesome,
right.
like
Yeah.
good job. And
Yeah.
and we, you know, we pushed her as her teacher. It's like, go ahead.
But it's
you
also
know?
a different mentality-wise, right?
Yes.
'Cause,
Yes.
I know a lot of youngsters as well, and
Yeah.
then when they, you know, when you try talking to them,
Yeah.
like for instance, well, then go sell cupcakes if you, for instance, want to have an outing, for instance, do a barbecue or something, and then, but everybody is doing that already, and I think it's a lot of mentality-wise
Yes.
difference going on.
Yeah, and I think also the thing with someone that says they're doing it already, what they're really trying to communicate to you is that they want to be unique.
Yeah.
So the question is, what is it that you're really good at?
Yeah.
Or how can you make what it is that already exists more unique?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
St. Martin has, I don't know, about 400 restaurants.
Yeah.
We don't need 400 restaurants, but
No.
400 restaurants exist and are in business.
Yes. and do
Because,
well.
and
Apparently
do
they
well.
make money then, yeah.
So you can't say, oh, well, you know, I don't want to go ahead and cook food because everybody else cooking food.
Yeah.
You know how much money you'll be missing out on?
Yes. Yes. We always say that about my mom's house. Like, when you gonna sell this house, mommy? Make some money. You know?
But also, I don't think that there's enough people encouraging people like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Yeah.
to go to
That's
the
why you
next
said
level.
something
Yeah.
powerful, yes.
There's not enough teachers like yourself
Yes.
or like you that are saying, you know what, you could really do this.
Yes.
Yes.
There's not many parents that have the times even
Yeah.
to support their kids.
Yeah.
So I think with that is concerned, it's about facilitating what already exists inside
In
of them.
them.
Right.
Yes.
To bring it out.
Yeah.
To bring it out and to bring it out in a way where they could really see their future in it.
Yes.
You know, it's not just a one moment thing. You can't do this just for today and conquer tomorrow.
Right.
Because Coca-Cola would not exist for over 100 years if that was the case.
Exactly. That is so true.
That
That
is
is
absolutely
really,
true.
really true.
So you're the InfoBiz Foundation, right? So anybody can just come to the event that you are organizing?
Yes,
or-
the Power Hour tickets will be available shortly. And the tickets for the Power Hour are $30. That includes the materials, the evening,
that's-
everything that incorporates the
cheap.
evening,
Yeah.
as well as snacks and refreshments.
Oh, that's
There you go,
a,
very important.
that's a giveaway.
That's a giveaway.
That's a big giveaway.
That's a giveaway. And we are
You don't have a date yet, like
It's
exactly.
going to be the 19th of November.
19th of
Okay.
November.
19th of
Which is
November,
soon.
because the Global Entrepreneurship Week is from the 17th to the 23rd of
Good.
November.
Good.
I have been in negotiations with my friends from Trinidad as well as from the U.S., so they may be here.
Okay,
And
great.
so we're
Exciting,
really
yeah.
excited about that because
Nice.
then they'll also be a part of the Power Hour and give their own
Great,
tips.
Great.
Um,
Do you have a venue already, or is it something you're still
we're
in-
still
working on?
it.
Okay.
I'm so still working on it.
Oh,
You
that's
know what
okay.
happened?
You need the right place. You need the right
Yeah.
space.
Yes, and Gonzalo really messed
Messed
with
it up.
everybody's
I
plans.
know. What a smart man.
Yeah,
I mean,
¿Qué pasó,
I
Gonzalo?
know, right?
it gave us a good power clean.
Exactly. He gave us a power clean.
He surely woke us up. He
a
woke
power
us
shake up.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
So finding the right location has been a little bit challenging at the moment,
Yeah.
but we are working on it.
Okay, great.
And for people who want to find out information, I'm easily found on the internet via Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter,
Okay.
Ife Badejo, and also they can email us at foundation.infobizz, infobizz,
Yes.
at gmail.com,
Yes.
or call us at 523-1842.
Yes. So it's InfoBiz, B-I-Z-Z. So
Yes.
I-N-F-O, biz.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So even people who have no knowledge of entrepreneurship, don't know anything about
No
it,
idea.
can just come and find
Yeah.
out what it is.
I am working on a program that will probably launch next year
Yeah.
called I Have No Idea. Exactly for those people. I have
Nice.
no idea. We have something for you.
Entrepreneurship for dummies. don't sugarcoat it. Entrepreneurship for dummies.
But you know what entrepreneurship is? It's really a signal. When you get involved in entrepreneurship, it's really a signal that you want to take responsibility of your own life.
Yes.
And go to the next level.
Yes, yes.
And some people have no idea on how to do so. So
Yeah.
we're working on something to cater to that.
Yeah, there's really what I thought about with my daughter. You know, I can see it's already in her.
Yeah.
Now, where, how can I then be of assistance? What can I learn, and what, you know, how can we help her to get to the next level?
And another recommendation I would give to you as a parent, and
Yes.
for the other parents out
To the
there,
parents, yes.
as well as for people in general. Read. I know we don't read as much as we used
Right.
to,
Yes.
but
In
read,
terms of
read,
time
read.
and
Even now with the blogs, it's easier to read because you
Yeah.
can go to Richard Branson. He has a blog every day.
Yeah.
Richard Branson is the Virgin Atlantic billionaire.
yes.
You can find out tips from him. You can Google him and find out tips.
Yeah.
I love the website entrepreneur.com.
Yeah.
There's
And,
so
and,
much.
and Richard is just that personality
Yes,
that gives back.
he's giving.
And he gives information,
very
and he tells
giving.
you how he did it. I
Yes.
think I just love this whole, you know, he's so
Yeah.
free-spirited, and
Yeah, he is
he's
very
not,
much so.
he holds nothing back,
No.
he shares.
Right.
And he loves the Caribbean. And
Oh, yeah, he does.
And besides having islands in the Caribbean,
Yes.
he also has a Richard Branson School of Entrepreneurship based in
Great.
Jamaica.
Great.
So it's a year program where people can go and become entrepreneurs. However, reading is very important, and studying the people who have already been successful, and not just studying how they gain success, but how they overcome failure. Because
Learning from
failure
that.
is
Yeah.
part of the success
Absolutely.
process, and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think that that's stressed enough.
Because I think a failure keeps a lot of people from moving on forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they don't even start because of that.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
the thing about it is that if you don't try,
Right.
you will never know if you can.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
And,
huh?
and that's the thing.
powerful.
It's just for just 1 minute, I thought of that movie with Will Smith.
Yes.
You know,
The
when
Pursuit of
the
Happiness.
pursuit of happiness. I mean, when to the end, I mean, he
Yeah.
did everything,
Yeah.
and
King of
finally
the
it paid off after hard work.
And that's based on a true story.
yes, yes.
So I think our educational systems and the kind of society we are in, we only like to show the good side.
yes,
You only get rewarded for good grades.
yes,
Right.
You only get rewarded for when you do a promotion.
yeah.
And no one tells you how to handle when you fail.
Oh, that's amazing.
Or when you have a setback, or when you got fired.
Yes.
No one tells you how to overcome it, and
Yeah.
then so you never talk about it. You pretend like it doesn't exist, and you try to move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you don't stop in that moment and learn the lessons in that experience,
Yeah.
how are you able to avoid it the second time?
Yes.
But that's a very good lesson to
Yes.
hear and to learn, and to, especially I think for our youngsters, since
Yeah.
I'm also dealing with a lot of youngsters.
Yeah.
Fear keeps them back, and they also think that, oh, you need a lot of money to start.
Oh, I am so happy you said that.
But it's true.
Do we have enough time?
We don't have enough money to start in time. Oh, what you want me to do? It's that kind of mentality,
so
that
true.
attitude. So
You don't need money.
No.
Not to start. You need
don't
money to
hear
grow.
that?
Yeah.
Don't need money.
And I even posted on my Facebook an article from Entrepreneur Magazine, which also says you don't need money to start. And so you don't need money to start. You need to be able to have a good idea.
Yes.
You need to be able to be confident, and you need to have passion to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
passion to start. That
Yes.
is what you need to start.
What
I
can
love
you
that.
say to youngsters out there who are just as passionate and driven like you and ideas? I mean, that you can. What can you share with them? How can they start their own business, whether at 9, whether at 12, whether at 20, whether at 50, 40, or
Yeah.
what can you tell them?
Well, since young is about being young at heart,
Yes.
to everyone, no matter if you're 9 or 90,
I like that one.
don't stop working at your idea.
No.
And
No.
don't give up.
No.
Anytime there's a closed door, it means that there's a window, a
Yes.
roof,
Yes.
Yes.
something else.
A little crack.
Yes,
crack
and
looking
kick that
at
one
you.
open.
And don't be stubborn either about it, because your idea needs to form. And
Yeah.
so how it is in your head may not necessarily be how it is outside of you.
Beautiful.
But listen to advice, test your idea, be passionate about it, work at it consistently, and never, 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 ever, ever, ever give up. Because when you give up, you failed.
Yes. Wonderful.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, this has been Let's Talk. And
Already?
I know,
My
I wish I can
goodness.
go on and on with Ife because she's really one of my
Yes.
favorite people.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me.
We love you. We
Thank
love
you
you
so much for
so
I
having me.
love
much.
how you motivate and,
Yes.
and ambitious.
Yes.
And absolutely. She needs to come back.
Yeah. You have to come back. And,
We just established
and that the girls, our girls can really
Yes.
relate to you and they
Yeah.
can see you and you're a great, yes.
Thank
Awesome.
you so much
we
for
thank
having
Ife
me.
for being here.
Thank you. And a lot of fun with your event coming
Yes,
up.
yes,
Infobiz
Yes.
and go on her Facebook page,
Yes,
go on
look
for
Twitter.
her,
yes.
definitely.
5231842.
Five two three 1842. I have to put it on my phone right
Yes.
now too.
And
Before
WhatsApp
we
is
get-
also possible.
Oh, WhatsApp also.
Yes.
All right, there you have it, viewers.
Beautiful.
Enjoy, and we'll see you next week. This has been Let's Talk. I'm Levon,
I'm Zen.
and you do enjoy. Bye.
Bye.